Hey everybody, welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. Last time we left off with our master of this mercenary company, Master Torbrand the Hawk, the Flail of Havi, having traveled to attend a tournament. So we're just at the opening of the tournament right now, and we're going to kind of get into this a little bit. Here we go. So here I am in Venice at the Grand Tournament. I haven't actually really done this much before. I'm waiting for a horse race to begin. 2 months. I'll likely not qualify for the horse race, but I think I'm probably here for fighting more than that. All right, what am I here for? I can have fun. I can try to win. I think I'm here to try to win. All right. This might only be a horse race? I'm not 100% sure what this is. Alright. My champions stand assembled for the day's training, their attendants laden with kit. Mara and myself stand before all champions. We do not know, ask humbly to be taught, urges Mara. Together we represent the duchy. I think this is a little quirk of the engine, because it's still sort of designed for landowners. So I think the duchy is our little mercenary band. Let us together prepare for our glories. He turns to me, eyes gleaming. Command us. So I can ask everybody to watch their weaknesses of our opponents. I can say we can draw our swords, which gives us all the Hastoluter trait, martial games. So that's actually what we want. We're on course to qualify for the horse racing contest. Alright, let's check out the artisan quarters. No, gotta wait, I guess, a little bit. Alright. Alright, so the 80-year-old Doge of Venice is supposed to join this this race. 73 other contestants. Alright, let's see here. I go to the temple, I go to the tavern, go to the artisan quarters. See if there's anything interesting here. The warmth of the forge is enough to keep most guests away. When I open the door, I find the farrier yawning over his work table. Not many seem to have approached him. He quickly straightens, clearing his throat with an audible cough. May I help you? I can offer you the best horseshoes ready for the tournament, he suggests, displaying a more than impressive collection. I can say, give me only the best. I can get a lucky horseshoe, that's kind of fun, but no, I want good horseshoes, which will increase my likelihood of winning the race. Alright. Alright. Horse race. Contest begins. The finest horses in Venice, adorned in the colors of their owners, are led around the track as the herald announces the contest's commencement. The riders mill about as they wait for the beast to arrive, some stretching, some eyeing each other up. My fastest horse, Falhofnir, has not gone unnoticed by the breeders and gamblers. This will be quite a race. I have a bet to place. Alright. My horse is all set, of course, but the beast is nothing without a capable rider to control it. As a result, I find myself with 3 potential riders arrayed before me, all clamoring for the honor of being allowed to represent me. The first is my friend Mar, a fair candidate considering his experience handling horses in his profession. I think it's obviously gonna be Mar, my friend and heir, is going to gonna race for me. I vowed to myself I would win a contest in this tournament, and I can't help but consider a less fair approach to securing a prize in the horse race competition. I'm sure my opponents would do the same if they had the idea. Who knows? Maybe they already have. So I have a sort of decent chance of sabotaging other people, but I'm not a good schemer. I'm okay, but not that great. All of these have a chance of being found out that's a little higher than I want, and also I think my character probably thinks he's gonna win anyway, so. Hearing of the bookie by the tavern's dim light, I ponder the stream of odds he shouts over the horses of the milling punters. King Berengar's stallion, Tick 10 Sendur is the favorite, 4-1 on 10 Sendur. I am going to bet on myself, obviously. The will of the crowd. From the vast sea of race watchers, commoners holler out. Itinerant warriors chant insults, vulgar innuendo. Amidst them, nobles chuckle nervously. We look to our guards. The thrill of the race always draws the worst of the realm, in enormous numbers, and riles them with promises of carousing and gambling. Sometimes, on ill-fated days, the usual pleasures just aren't enough, only blood could satisfy. This is about to be a riot. Alright. Well, we are mercenaries. We're gonna come to the Doge's rescue and try to make a friend here. We've single-handedly improved the control of Venice, and I believe the Duke, the Grand Doge, is probably more on our side now. Alright. Watching Grand Prince Almos of Hungary's riders astride their steed is much like watching a boulder roll over a village square. They ride like an absolute lunatic, and unfortunately my own rider, Mar, has fallen victim to the violent and clumsy racing. I don't think the Huns were famous for being bad on horseback, but alright. With an agonizing whinny and a hard, painful crunch, my horse is battered into the wall of the track, and I'm certain Mar's leg is damaged. This obviously breaks the rules. If I do this, I convince the judge to penalize the jockey. I'm fine with that. 100% chance of getting him out of the race. However, my good friend Mar has been wounded. That's not too good. Final lap. The horses continue to thunder around the course, the remaining riders sawing at their steeds' reins to urge them even faster. It has been an eventful race already, I think, remembering when my horse was bashed into by competitors first. There's only one more lap to go. I lean over the edge of the stand and shout as my rider, as the pack passes. Extra pay if you win. Okay, Mar does not need that. All these options have a decently high martial challenge. Go faster. Alright. Alright, it's probably worked. My horse surges forward as I round the final bend to the home straight. Only moments to go now. My horse is bolting free of the chasing pack. If I can hold off my rivals, we'll win. The crowd reaches a crescendo. The riders urge their steeds on in unison. The finish line looms. Your horse, Falhofnir, crosses the line as the crowd erupts, closely followed by Count Odalrix and Count Olivieros, the horses Sunlight and Arian. Yes, Falhofnir, you beautiful stallion. I've proven my worthiness beyond doubt. I actually won. I'll see what we actually get out of this. We get a champion racehorse, which improves travel speed greatly, improves supply limit. We get a prize at the end of this. These guys got second place and third place. And we also got Horse Racer, which also gives us more supply and better travel speed. So this is actually pretty great for us. The sun comes down on the final day of the tournament, and the mass crowds begin to disperse. I find myself ruminating over the resorts. My horse finished first in horse racing. I fulfilled my goal of winning a contest, and I look forward to the next one. What a great occasion. We got the owner of the prize ring, plus 0.5 prestige per month, and we can seduce people faster. That was nice. Gain 22 experience in horse, the Hasteluder. Hasteluder, I think, is competitors in these sort of medieval tournaments. Alright, what a great occasion. Alright, we got 60 bucks, 150 prestige, which is actually doing pretty good. Champion racehorse. Nice work, everybody. Alright. So, we're going to wear this prize ring. Have another martial trait available. Right, effectiveness. Finishing a siege awards 20 times the holding's loot value as provisions. That actually seems pretty good. So it means if I'm participating in a siege, I can loot the city when the city falls and use some of it for my own band. However, I can also improve knight effectiveness over here and experience gain in the tournaments. Or I can improve my my forces powers a little bit. So I think I'm gonna do this one. Let's get better at looting cities when we participate in warfare. All right. So I can hunt criminals. All right, I'll do a few more of these military contracts. I guess I have to get home first. As we travel through the wildlands of Cento, I find myself with a distinct feeling of being watched. Hiding, though poorly, I see a frail, dirty boy watching our entourage. A member of our caravan informs me the locals say these lands are haunted by someone they call Guido, who is said to have been raised far away from human society as a wolf. Apparently the poor creature has taken fascination with us, and has even started to speak basic Norse, although not to any meaningful level of proficiency. Guido's son of wolves. Clearly, this is somebody we're going to have to adopt. Oh, kid, he's already quite... he's a good fighter, even though he's only 6. Alright. He is a Satru. He's malnourished. He's feral. Okay. this will last for, looks like 5 more years until October 883. And he will be non-verbal for a couple more years, 2 more years. I'm obviously going to adopt this kid. He becomes my ward, recruited to the travel entourage. Right. Wonderful. Okay. As we trudge down the road, a building hoves into view. The battered sign outside reads, "The Crown and Anchor Inn." So he insults us, as this happened in our first one as well. I'm going to, of course, force this. And we get a little more bandit experience, but that's fine. I got an army. Come at me, bros. Alright. We are going to pick up one of these. Like this one's a little easier. So I'll move faster. We first meet Meganolf the Depraved in the rolling plains of Verona. The flow of Javi spreads out towards and around its own little band of ne'er-do-wells, all of us tense and ready for bloodshed. Would that we had met under such inauspicious circumstances, Torbrand, for I have no quarrel with you, opines Meganolf. Alas, I fear you intend to follow your duty to its bitter end. Both hosts wait with bated breath, unsure of what else to say next, and hoping against hope it might be something other than a command to kill. Who is this guy? Alright, he's Catholic, he's Lombard. Vengeful, shy, sadistic. He's a good trickster. He's just not that useful to me. So, sorry, buddy. I'm gonna fight him. He's shouting his own name as he fights me. For a few brief seconds, Meganolf and I pace in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I heft my sword, ready to defend myself, while he clutches his axe firmly to hand. Only one of us is walking away from here today, and I intend for it to be me. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Meganolf, screams my opponent, whirling his axe furiously at, around, and near me. Alright. I can increase his level of stress by making fun of how he's not famous at all. That seems fine. But no, I'm going to fight this like a normal thing. I leap into action, launching a flurry of quick slashes. Driving myself hard against Meganolf's guard, wearing him down with each expertly timed strike. Spotting an opportunity, Meganolf lunges forward and headbutts me hard in the face. I reel backwards, wrong-footed. But my form is good, with only small errors. Meganolf's stance is a disaster. My opponent's guard is fierce, and I feel far from victory. I can taunt him. I focus entirely on fending off Meganolf. I don't increase my risk of injury, and I have a low increase to my lack of success. We each have a dual handicap rank 4. What does that mean? Alright, so we're kind of even right now. Okay, so I can yell at, I can make fun of him, and he'll actually become more handicapped and more stressed out. My words cut deep into Meganolf's ego. Everyone knows my fame, my prestige, and his reputation pales by comparison. Spotting an opportunity, Meganolf lunges forward and headbutts me again. And so on and so forth, same as last time. I'm going to do a strong attack again. I tossed Meganolf the Depraved's severed head to Count Vilfredo's agent. And, yes, killed him personally. That works. Goodbye, Meganolf. Alright, heading back home. We'll go ahead and take this one. Well. Okay. So we're hunting a old lady. Who is an incredibly good learner. You know what? I'm sorry about this, but I am going to take this woman, this mastermind philosopher and wise woman, bandit and a lunatic. I think this is the perfect person to be my personal doctor. Alfonso the Evil responds surprisingly well to my offer, and after we get to talking, I'm able to convince her that not only am I genuine, but I can offer her a better and brighter future for both her and her entire band. Consequently, the lot of them joined the Flail of Pavi. Of course, Count Berthari may not forgive me for betraying his trust, but ultimately I solved the problem in my own way. Did I not? Berthari can go and hang for all I care. So I also get an army of 150 men. That's actually pretty sweet. Alright. So what are we... I also have this, so this is actually pretty cool. So I've got 600 regular people, 2 champions, which I should probably manage. Kind of need some more knights. But I have a group of Bondi, a group of horse cavalry, and then I have a group of gallows-bait scum. In other words, common criminals, 250 of them who work for me as well. So I'm really coming along pretty nicely. And it's time for this woman to become my court physician, I think. Yes. Now, I'm going to quickly Google how to get some more knights. Alright. Well, I don't really know. I guess we'll just have to pay attention as we travel. I think it might be time to get out of here, though. We spent a little bit too much time in Italy, made a couple enemies now. I think it might be time to move down to Byzantium and slowly make our way to Constantinople and see if we can actually hire on as a Varangian force. So, let's start out over here, maybe. It's January. Alright. Head down here to Napoli. And then in the summer we'll cross the river. Okay, I forgot I have to wait for myself to get back. Alright. Okay, so I can upgrade that. $200, 10 months. Gives me more regiments. Nice. Increases building slots. Unlocks the second officer. Okay. I'm tempted to do that, but I feel like I might need a little more money first. So, right now we're going to try to just move to, let's go to Capua. Quite a bit of provisions. means I have to get some provisions. I can gather provisions. Visited 26 points of interest. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. So I could go back to Norway at the end of all of this. As soon as I'm illustrious, basically as soon as I have quite a bit more prestige. I'm not exactly sure how much. But once I am illustrious, I could go back to Norway. And I could get a claim for a title on in one of the Norse culture countries up there. And I could potentially take it over as a ruler. So that might be kind of an interesting way to end this. But alright, so if I can also lose my Gallows Bait if I want to be this champion of the Swamp. Right now, I just want to buy some provisions. That's all. I'm going to make a request interaction with Valfredo for 400 provisions. That should do it. Alright. 1700. Let's head down to Papacy. A bunch of Vikings working for the Catholic Pope. Could happen. Now I'm going to try to go here to back to just to capital, like I was saying. 1017. Some chance of danger along the way, but plenty of provisions. Travel options, scout for talent. There we go. Traveling through the sometimes harsh environments has invigorating effects on at least my state of mind and vigor. It's like last at Mar. Or Mar. It's not doing great. Alright, fortunately, I have a physician who is quite effective that we recruited instead of killing her, so let her take care of him. Going to spend some time in the inn. Alright, as we trek through Montalcino, a caravan has stopped, and now Alfonsina and Frodi having a row. I sort of wish that was a little less common. It is nightfall, and the man is hard at work when we arrive at the cereal fields south of Viterbo. He appears to be flattening crops at a rapid pace, using a large flat piece of wood and heavy stones. I frown as I watch the man performing his labor, then inquiring exactly what he is up to. He winces and starts on a long rant about how we all need to wake up and meet our true masters, instead of hiding behind the false Christian teachings. I take a few steps back in surprise. Traversing the wetlands on the outskirts of Terracina, we are suddenly attacked by a swarm of bandit riders out for blood. We are so close to the holding. Surely Baron Serafino will help us. As time drags on, we are chased by the scoundrels. For the longest avoiding battle, it becomes painfully clear that no help is coming. How could a ruler let malicious riders like these inhabit his borders? My champion Mara rides up next to me, a solemn look in his eyes. We both know the tactic we have practiced in the past. I have no interest in doing that. We're gonna fight him. Alright. Kind of comes down to it here. We either win for 70% or I die. And we won. Army movement speed plus 25%. Retreat losses minus 20. That's actually pretty great. Interesting. Yeah, I'm down for this. Let's do it. We need provisions. He wasn't interested in that, apparently. It's fine. The bridge of VAT means unprotected, a show of forces necessary to keep bandits away. $72, some provisions, I will take it. Had our friends die once traveling up to help that guy, so we're gonna not do that. Mara's in charge of our food supplies. She sheepishly revealed their provisions are now all but useless, having been poorly stored. Patches of mold cover the bread and produce, and we have quickly used up our remaining dried food. The party goes hungry as dusk begins to fall. Decent chance we get ill if we just eat them. Nature will provide for us. 95%. We find some forage. Okay. We're just gonna go searching. That seems fine. Alright. So we're basically just walking around in arms, demonstrating our prowess so that they're not afraid of us. Take a couple of days. Bridge. I don't really know what these people are. Requires intrigue and diplomacy. Benefits from traits like shy and humble. Let's actually figure out if we can understand this. So, we've got Mar. Mar is forgiving, callous, temperate, wounded, Hopefully he gets better soon. Our beautiful evil magician here is a sadistic, paranoid, diligent. Guido, the son of wolves. I honestly just love this kid. He's only 7. We're not going to worry about him too much. And of course, Frody the timid, my champion, is lazy, humble, and sadistic. So, what's this? Lookout. Benefits from patient and paranoid. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Footpad. Intrigue and prowess. None of my crew is at all good at intrigue. Mars good at stewardship and diplomacy. And of course, Alfonso is incredibly good at learning. Muscle is just prowess. Mars is going to be great for that. Actually, so will Outcast is intrigue and diplomacy. Mars also decent at diplomacy, but so is my steward. Thug is prowess and intrigue, and Lookout is intrigue and martial. None of these guys are all good. I think we're just gonna do this. Muscle is going to be Frody. He hates doing this because he's lazy, but he'll come back soon. Requires intrigue and diplomacy. He's quite good at diplomacy. Scouting out ahead of the camp, I come across a ramshackle collection of traders. They're gathered around some large but old and ruined building, the remaining ones in good condition having been occupied by merchants. Their wares are fairly standard. Food, mostly, on a well-traveled road, that would no doubt attract many purchasers, and my eyes drawn inexorably towards the great pockmarked wall of the ruins. Alright, we're gonna investigate the ruins, and discovered nothing. That's fine. Benefits from paranoia, intrigue and martial. So I'm going to pick her for the lookout. And for the muscle, I'll add Mara as well. Alright. Guido, a breakthrough. Though no one ever dared to dream it, it appears there's been a breakthrough in Guido's development. Once a simple child, cradled by nothing but feral beasts, the boy's at last showing progress. Guido speaks in complete sentences and plays with other children his age, as if he had always been one of them. Today, after our usual lessons, he even asked me to be his father. Hell yes. Our dynasty has become negatively obscure because, I adopted a feral wolf child as my actual son, which I think I don't know if he becomes my heir or not. That's all right. We'll see what happens. Guido's petulant shrieking could wake the dead. I said, it isn't fair, not at all. Why do we have to live out here like this? We're just animals, roaming from one place to place, no palaces, castles, or even proper beds. He really just started complaining immediately after he started talking. I didn't ask for this poverty, and I deserve better. Alright. I can... He's my son, and I'm going to, you know, he needs to shape up. But he... he did not respond well, and I am depressed as a result of this. Alright. We're just wait and collect some other, whatever these are called, advantages. It seems our time in Abruzzi is proven beneficial for my son Guido. Something about the local culture simply fascinates him, so much that in our brief time here he's managed to pick up passable Italian vulgar, and achieving the loudest trumpeting to the high heavens by speaking it constantly around the camp, even dropping little words and phrases into conversations with his lessers. Smug behavior, to be sure, but perhaps with good cause. Maybe teach me too. Smart kid? Alright. Let us execute. Succeeded. Got paid $72, 72 gold, 30 opinion of us. Got some provisions. Panting, I tap my horse in the back. Easy now, it's over. Guarding this bridge has been my only task for the past fortnight, armor shining into the moon. The sea of broken lances has been pushed to one side as a testament to my performance. Torbrand, Mayor of Brenier, greets me, sending some of his men to pick up the spoils. What a sight. Well, we go back home. As we trek through Terracina, our caravan is stopped at a clearing bordered by dancing reeds. I proceed to the commotion only to find, once again, just get over it, you guys. Alright. Okay, we're going to visit the city. The opportunity to listen to exotic stories, recruit followers. Interesting. An important trade junction to the Sicilians, the wealth generated in the markets of Gaeta sweeps into every corner of the city. As we enter the city gates, the shouts and imagery advertising local traders are everywhere. My champion, Frodi, looks around with a content face, seemingly enjoying the changing scenery. I think I could get some supplies. Maybe I can sell some artifacts, but I think we should go to the tavern. The tavern, gathering travelers and local Sicilians alike, is brimming with activity. A storyteller seated by the fire a bit further in, and up front a gathering of shabby chums are pestering the server for more fine wine. Frodi looks around at the jumble of individuals with an intrigued glint in his eye. I wouldn't mind hearing a story or two. I wouldn't mind seeing if some people are up for recruitment, because I could use some more knights. Approaching the crew of unemployed Sicilians, I raise my voice and address them directly. I'm looking for some skilled, reliable people to join my camp. Who among you is up for that task? The interested parties introduce themselves as Severino the Humble, Agnes the Greedy, and Musa the Talkative. Brother hums and peers the prospects as they consider which candidate to recruit. He's pretty old. good learning. If I didn't have my beautiful evil witch in that job, I would definitely consider him. She also has very good learning. And okay, other skills. This guy's a good steward. None of these guys are a great knight, and that's kind of what I need, actually. However, she's actually pretty good at some of this other stuff. Alright. Pay $64 to recruit her. She's a mystic. Good health. I actually think I want to need these guys. As I make my way back from the cruise, I catch an enticing scent from the pizzas being prepared in the kitchen. At the back, the nobleman's busy chatting up a peasant man. My eyes linger on the nobleman's coat of arms while I weigh what to do next. I don't mind hearing a story or two. They call it Teriel, the first lion. But that story is for another time. The storyteller gives me a mysterious smile, leans back in his fireplace seat, and takes another sip of spiced wine. So I have +4 learning for 3 months. That's cool. The details of Eugenia's story lingering in my head, I walk back to the decidedly noisier common room. Further ahead, Frozy falls into a small jig as a tavern troubadour raps up a local folk song. I leisurely observe the dance as I ponder what's next on my agenda. Let's head back. I'm gonna buy some supplies, I think. Nice. Fold up. Back to camp. The one thing I was thinking of is visiting Rome. I think it might be time to see if the Pope needs anything from our band. Alright. Dread plus 20%. Men-at-arms damage plus 10%. Mercenary contract and military assistant gold rewards plus 25%. That's actually pretty good for us. Alright. I know we must tread carefully with the bogs of Terracina. The eerie place unsettles me to my core, and there's a myriad of dangers to guard against. My entourage has been instructed to take every precaution accordingly. Looking back from the head of the column, I take count of my companions. One of us is missing. Brody? Shit. That's too bad. My oldest friend. The other two died in the avalanche yesterday. Well. Visited the capital of the papacy. I got 200 diplomacy lifestyle experience and veteran traveler now. Alright, let's visit the town. The Rome castle grounds are, as expected, furnished for martial purposes. Casks of arrows, straight pole weapons, and a handsome stable and the like. Alright. Inside the stuffy garrison, the guards have arranged a fighting ring to hone their skills. 2 are currently using it, jabbing at each other while being cheered on by a handful of onlookers. I observed the training for a bit, and it is clear that Raimundo, the first Guard is significantly more experienced than Buoso, the second guard. They finish up, I gingerly approach the ring and they shift their focus to me. Alright. Raimundo. Kind of looks like the dude from Tangled. Brilliant strategist, legendary blade master, rough terrain expert. Oh yeah. 85 gold. Raimundo joins me. Let's head back. Okay, look for a contract, sell some artifacts. What's that? Alright. There's a hot lady at the counter. I'm going to talk to her. I'm intently observing the minx sitting herself down at a nearby table. The tavern owner calls her Lucia, didn't he? She looks puzzled as I approach her, possibly because my internal turmoil is as clear as day on my face. Why would this bother me? I'm Master Torbrand, the foe of Hobby, damn it. I keep reminding myself of my recent accomplishments in order to remain calm. I'm mostly failing. I can give a pickup line. She'll either ignore me or join my camp. You know what? I need someone who's good at intrigue. None of these people is exactly it. Listen to some stories. Interesting. Wit is never going to be my game, so I'm just going to enjoy the story and call it good. Let's head back. Look for the contract. Well, that sounds interesting. Treasure of a lifetime. The retired treasure hunter Ambrosia needs help locating a final elusive chord. Something valid as long as you have the treasure map in your possession. Is 1,000, but we're gonna be traveling there, so that sounds good. Ambrosia walks up to me and pats my shoulder. Such a good lad. I truly appreciate your aid in this final excursion. She hands the treasure map over. Wrinkles around her eyes softening. She smiles. It may not look like much, but I wrestled with Satan himself to obtain this. Treat it with care. Pausing for a moment to let the words sink in, the old woman then cackles. Whenever you're ready. We have a treasure to dig up. Let's head out. Traveling with camp. All the way back up to Asti. That's fine. Let's do it. And it won't just toss me, queries my son Guido, trying and failing to keep the quaver from his voice. I glance down at the small pony he sits on, the easiest, most placid learner mount I could find in the entire camp. Was I this scared when my father taught me to ride? Okay, I'll just kick her into a trot, and then... I'm using my military experience. The procession is ground to a halt, a stone's throw away from Montalcino. I look over to see my champion, Raimundo, dismounted and intently staring at something on the ground. The other entourage members have gathered around him. Raimundo looks up as I approach. My lord, there's an ant path here. I may be a tad superstitious, but you should never cross an ant path. He pauses. My great-grandfather did and never returned home. You know what? Alright. Also, got a sickened herd. Move domicile speed is down by 25%. That's not great for us, but that's fine. Alright. Master of Arms is going to be Raimundo. We'll make our... and my bodyguard as well. Excellent. Alright, we broke a wagon wheel. We're going to be a little late. It's fine. We arrive in Monferrato countryside early afternoon and begin looking for clues to where to find the marker on the treasure map might point. Walking about the hills, I notice a well-hidden cavity in a rock cliff. It leads to a small cave. Inside the grotto, its decor depicting various strange and lugubrious activities, a dusty wooden chest awaits. I open it and uncover a hefty stash of gold, jewelry, and valuables. Splendid news for Ambrosia. Ambrosia can barely contain her excitement as I return to her tent. Gold, you say? How's that for one final treasure? A twinge of melancholy, doubtless at the thought of an adventure's end, flits across her face as she concludes this affair. I am grateful for this golden windfall, dutifully delivered. Go with my thanks. Pleasure doing business. We get 75 gold, lose 15 stress, and gain 1100 provisions. I sip a mug of Cypriot Commandaria, eyes scanning over my latest scrawlings. Weeping tears in winter. Oh, how such a beautiful countenance gleams, shimmering, sparkling, haunting my dreams. The mere thought of a smile brings one to my face, all worries, woes, and anguish gone without trace. Truly, I am one of the greatest artistic minds of my age. I can become a poet. I don't hate that idea. Yes, definitely poetry. More fitting with the Vikings. My path back from the central fire pit takes me close to the camp's edge, where the shouts and screams of children at play draw my attention. My son Guido is leading several others in rolling fiercely, end over end on a grassy hill. There doesn't appear to be much skill involved. The children are competing over who can go fastest, all the same. After a moment, Guido catches sight of me. Boy beams in my direction, clearly hovering between taking his playmates back toward camp, pushing a little further into the wilds. Alright. interesting. That's way out here. I don't know that I want to travel that far, honestly. Also because I think he's gonna lose before we even get there. Alright, these are all pretty far away. I think it might be time to start making our way down towards the Byzantine Empire. So I think we'll do that as of the next episode, which I honestly may or may not stream because I think at this point you've probably got an idea of what this game is. So yeah,